Good morning students. This is my second lecture on continuity. In previous lecture you already know what is the definition of continuity. Okay, so what is the continuity of a function at a point? We revise the definition. Fx is continuous at point x equals to a if limit x tends to a fx exists. Limit x tends to a fx exists and limit x tends to a fx equals to fa. So fx is continuous at a point if limit of function at that point and value of function at that point both should be equal. Okay, now what is the condition that limit x tends to a exists? What is the condition that limit x tends to a exists? If limit x tends to a minus fx equals to limit x tends to a plus fx equals to fa. Okay, so limit x tends to a exists if left hand limit equals to right hand limit, and if these two are equal and equal to value of the function at that point, then function is said to be continuous at that point. So this is the continuity at a point. Now what is the meaning of continuous function? Okay, the continuous function, fx is a continuous function if fx is continuous at all points of its domain. Fx is continuous at all points of its domain. So that is the definition of continuity at a point and continuous function. Now we will see a few properties of continuous function, or you can say algebra of continuous function. Okay, so algebra of continuous function. Algebra of continuous function. Theorem. There is a theorem. If f and g be two real functions continuous at x equals to a, if f and g are two real functions continuous at x equals to a. Okay, then x equals to a, then first f plus g is continuous at x equals to a. Second, if f and g are continuous, then f plus g is also continuous. Second, f minus g is continuous at x equals to a. Third, f into g, f multiplied by g is continuous at x equals to a. Fourth, f upon g is continuous at x equals to a provided, ठीक है, provided ga not equal to 0, because if ga becomes 0 then denominator will be 0, then it will be not defined. Okay, so this is algebra of continuous function. Now we will see a few problems on continuous function. Before starting the problems on continuous function, there is one correction in the previous lecture. In previous lecture I have discussed this problem, fx equals to 1 if x not equals to 0 and 2 if x equals to 0. So in this problem left hand limit was 1, right hand limit was also 1, okay, and value of function at 0 is not equal to 1. Actually it is x equals to 0 is 2. So fx is discontinuous at x equals to 0. So you make this correction, fx is discontinuous at x equals to 0, okay, because left hand limit as x approaches to 0 is 1, right hand limit as x approaches to 0 is 1, but f0 is not equal to 1. So for the continuity, what is a must? That limit should exist and that limit should be equal to value of function. Okay, so here limit x tends to 0 fx exists, but limit x tends to 0 fx is not equal to f0. That's why it is discontinuous. So you make this correction in the previous lecture. Now we will discuss more problems on continuity. So there are few types of problem. Okay, so types of problem. One by one we will discuss all the types of problems. The first type, continuity at a point. First type, continuity at a point. Next type, second type. See, in continuity at a point, again there are two types. That limit exists, both limits are equal, but that is not equal to value of function. But second type, in limit, both limits are different. Okay, left hand limit is different from right hand limit. Now second type of problem is finding the value of constant. The value of constant finding the value of constant if fx is continuous. Okay, so this is next type, second type, and third type is problem on continuous function. Okay, third type, problems on continuous function or continuity in an interval and continuity in a domain. So these types of problem we have to discuss. So first we take continuity at a point. So this type of problem we will discuss. Before starting the problems, again we revise few formulae. The first formula is how to calculate left hand limit. Left hand limit, if you want to calculate at point x equals to a, so limit x approaches to a minus represent, we have to approach to a from left side. So x approaches to a from left, fx can be taken as limit h tends to 0 f a minus h. Okay, then right hand limit, x approaches to a from right, fx can be taken as limit h tends to 0 f a plus h, h approaches to 0. Next, function is continuous at x equals to a if left hand limit equals to right hand limit equals to value of function. Or you can say limit h tends to 0 f a minus h equals to limit h tends to 0 f a plus h and equals to f a. Then function is said to be continuous at point A. Next, a few standard limits. Standard limits, you already know, you have studied in class 11th that limit x tends to 0 sin x by x equals to 1. Already you know that this x should be in radian. Okay, sin x by x equals to 1. X is in radian. Then limit x tends to a x raised to n minus a raised to n divided by x minus a equals to n a raised to n minus 1. Limit x tends to 0, e raised to x minus 1 upon x equals to 1. Limit x tends to 0, a raised to x minus 1 upon x equals to log a base e, where a is greater than 0. So these formula you should know, you should note down these formulae. Then afterwards we will solve few problems. Now first question, if fx is mod x by x when x not equal to 0 and 1 when x equals to 0, you have to test the continuity of the function at x equals to 0. So how to test the continuity of the function at x equals to 0? For that you have to find out left hand limit. Left hand limit at x equals to 0. So limit x approaches to 0 from left fx. This you have to find out. So this is same as limit h approaches to 0 f0 minus h. So this is equal to limit h approaches to 0 f0 minus h. 0 minus h is different from 0. So you have to apply this formula. So it is mod of 0 minus h upon 0 minus h. Okay. Mod of 0 minus h upon 0 minus h. So this is limit h tends to 0 mod of minus h upon minus h. Okay. So this is limit h tends to 0 mod of minus h. Okay. Mod of minus 5 is 5. Mod of minus h is h. H upon minus h. So this will be limit h tends to 0 minus 1 and which is equal to minus 1. So left hand limit is minus 1. Okay. So limit x tends to 0 minus fx. You are getting minus 1. Then you calculate right hand limit. Right hand limit is limit x tends to 0 plus fx, which is limit h tends to 0 f0 plus h, which is equal to limit h tends to 0. Again 0 plus h is different from 0. So you have to apply this formula. So this is 0 plus h upon 0 plus h. So this is equal to limit h tends to 0 mod of h upon h. So this is limit h tends to 0 1 and which is equal to 1. So here what you are getting, limit x tends to 0 plus fx equals to 1. Now you can see this is right hand limit and this is left hand limit, and these two limits are totally different. These two limits are different. It means limit x tends to 0 fx does not exist. So this implies limit x tends to 0 fx does not exist. Okay, from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2. Limit x tends to 0 does not exist. This implies fx is discontinuous. At x equals to 0. So this is the proper method by which you have to solve this problem. Now this is second question. In this problem fx is 1 by 2 minus x when 0 less than or equal to x less than 1 by 2, 1 when x equals to 1 by 2, 3 by 2 minus x when 1 by 2 less than x less than or equal to 1 by 2. You have to check the continuity at x equals to 1 by 2. So you have to check the continuity at which point? You have to check the continuity at 1 by 2. Now what is value of function at x equals to 1 by 2? At x equals to 1 by 2 value of function is 1. So what we should check? First we should check that limit of function as x approaches to 1 by 2. So how to find out limit of function at x approaches to 1 by 2? For that we find out limit of function as x approaches to 1 by 2 from left. So you can see that as v approaches to 1 by 2 from left, the value of function is 1 by 2 minus x. If v approaches to 1 by 2 from right, value of function is 3 by 2 minus x. Okay, so in this problem you have to check left hand limit and right hand limit at x equals to 1 by 2. So left hand limit at x equals to 1 by 2, left hand limit limit x approaches to 1 by 2 from left, fx equals to limit h approaches to 0, f 1 by 2 minus h. Is it correct? 1 by 2 minus h. Now you can see 1 by 2 minus h is a number which is less than 1 by 2, slightly less than 1 by 2. So which function you have to take? You have to take function for which x is less than 1 by 2. So you have to take this function 1 by 2 minus x. Okay, so in place of x you have to substitute 1 by 2 minus h, because you have to find out f 1 by 2 minus h. F 1 by 2 minus h. It means you have to put 1 by 2 minus h in place of x. So it is limit h tends to 0, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus h. Okay, so this is limit h tends to 0, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 plus h. So this is limit h tends to 0, h. Okay, and which is equal to 0. Okay, so we are getting left hand limit as 0. Now we find out right hand limit. So right hand limit is limit x approaches to 1 by 2 from right. So this will be limit h approaches to 0, f 1 by 2 plus h. Okay, 1 by 2 plus h. It is limit h tends to 0, 1 by 2 plus h is slightly more than 1 by 2. So slightly greater than 1 by 2, which function you have to take? 1 by 2 less than x, less than or equal to 1, you have to take 3 by 2 minus x. So you have to find out f 1 by 2 plus h. So in place of x, you have to put 1 by 2 plus h. So you have to find out f 1 by 2 plus h, and you have to take this value. So it is 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 plus h. So in place of x, we are substituting 1 by 2 plus h, because we have to calculate f 1 by 2 plus h. So 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 plus h. So it is limit h tends to 0, 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 and minus h. So 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Limit h tends to 0. This is 1 minus h. And this value, if you put h equals to 0, this value is 1. This value you are getting 1, because when you put h equals to 0, it will become 1. So again you can see left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. So limit does not exist, so function is discontinuous. Okay, so since left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit, okay, this implies limit x approaches to 1 by 2, fx does not exist. Okay, this implies fx is discontinuous. At x equals to 1 by 2. At x equals to 1 by 2. So which type of discontinuity is this? See, if right hand limit is not equals to left hand limit, okay, then this type of discontinuity in which limit does not exist, this is non-removable discontinuity or jump discontinuity. Okay, so this is non-removable discontinuity. So function is discontinuous at x equals to 1 by 2. You have to check the continuity only. So this will be the method in which you have to solve this problem. Now look at this problem. Fx equals to x plus 5 if x less than or equal to 1. X minus 5 if x greater than 1. Is fx is a continuous function. Now you observe this problem. In this problem we have to check the continuity of fx in its domain. Okay, because here they have not given you that check the continuity at x equals to 1. What they are asking, you have to check whether fx is a continuous function. So you have to check the continuity of fx in its domain. So what is domain of fx? Here domain of fx is equal to, see here fx is defined for all x less than 1, fx is defined for all x greater than 1, and fx is defined for 1 also. So domain of fx is set of real number R. So you have to check the continuity of function for all real numbers. So how to check the continuity for all real numbers? We divide this R in 3 parts. Those real numbers which are less than 1, those real numbers which are greater than 1, and x equal to 1. So we divide whole domain in 3 parts. Okay. So case 1, if k belongs to R and k less than 1, k belongs to R and k less than 1, then this k represent all real numbers which are less than 1. Okay? Then limit x approaches to k fx. See here, when you take k less than 1, function is x plus 5. Okay, so you find out limit x approaches to k fx. So this is limit x approaches to k, and for k less than 1 function is x plus 5. So this is k plus 5. Okay, and what is fk? When k is less than 1, fx is x plus 5. So it is k plus 5. So here limit x approaches to k fx equals to fk for all k belongs to minus infinity to 1. Minus infinity to 1 means k is less than 1. So this implies fx is continuous. Okay, this implies fx is continuous for all k less than 1 and k belongs to R. Okay, so you have checked the continuity for all real numbers which are less than 1. Now case 2, if k belongs to R and k greater than 1. Actually this type of problem, it is different from checking the continuity at a point. Okay, this we are calculating the continuity in the domain. You can say this is third type of problem, continuity in a domain. Okay, so you have to check the continuity of a function. You have to check the continuity of a function means you have to check the continuity in its domain. So we are checking the continuity in the domain of the function. So if k belongs to R and k greater than 1, if you take k greater than 1, so again limit x approaches to k fx equals to limit x approaches to k. If k greater than 1, then you have to take this function x minus 5. So this is x minus 5. Okay, so x minus 5, again you have to put k here, so it will become k minus 5. So what we are getting, limit x approaches to k fx equals to k minus 5 when k greater than 1. Then what is fk? fk. So since k is greater than 1, we have taken k is greater than 1. So for k is greater than 1, function is x minus 5. So since k is greater than 1, fk is k minus 5. Now you can see that value of function at k and limit of function as x approaches to k, both are equal. So limit x approaches to k, fx equals to fk, okay, for all k greater than 1, k belongs to R, okay. So this implies fx is continuous for all k greater than 1 and k belongs to R. So this is case 3. So you have checked the continuity for all real numbers which are greater than 1. So now what is the third case? Case 3. When k equals to 1. If k equals to 1. Okay. K equals to 1. Now you can see k equals to 1. What is the value of function in the left side of 1? It is x plus 5. Value of function to the right side of 1 is x minus 5. So for k equals to 1, you have to check left hand limit as well as right hand limit. Okay. It is necessary when function is defined in the left side and right side differently. Okay. Then you have to check left hand limit and right hand limit both. So if k equals to 1, so you check left hand limit. Left hand limit is limit x approaches to 1 minus fx, okay, which is equals to limit h approaches to 0, f1 minus h, okay, and this is equal to limit h approaches to 0, f1 minus h. So 1 minus h, which function you have to take? X less than 1. So it is 1 minus h plus 5. Okay. Now it is 6 minus h and you put h equals to 0. So this is equal to 6. So you are getting left hand limit as 6. Then right hand limit. So right hand limit is limit x approaches to 1 plus fx. So limit h approaches to 0, f1 plus h. So this is limit h approaches to 0, f1 plus h. Which function you have to take? This function. 1 plus h minus 5. Okay. And this is 1 minus 5 minus 4 plus h, which is equals to minus 4. Which is equals to minus 4. Okay. So what you are getting? Here you are getting 6. Here you are getting minus 4. Okay. So left hand limit is not equals to right hand limit. So since left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit, so limit x approaches to 1, fx does not exist. Okay. What does it mean? Limit does not exist. It means this implies fx is discontinuous at x equals to 1. So here what we are getting? Overall what we are getting? That this function fx is discontinuous at a single point. Which point? At x equals to 1. Otherwise it is continuous for all x other than 1. So the only point of discontinuity is x equals to 1. Okay. So in a problem in which you have to find out whether a function is a continuous function or not, you have to check the continuity in its domain. And in a problem in which you have to find out find the points of discontinuity of a function, then again you have to check the continuity of the function in its domain. But in a problem in which you have to check the continuity at a single point, then you have to check the continuity at the single point only. Okay. See, in second question we have checked the continuity at a single point x equals to 1 by 2. Okay. So what is the answer of this question? Fx is discontinuous at x equals to 1. So this implies fx is continuous for all x belongs to R and x not equal to 1. Okay. So the only point of discontinuity is 1. Okay. अब जैसे हमने second question solve किया था, we have solved the second problem. What was the second problem? Second problem, you have to check the continuity at a single point, x equals to 1 by 2. So we check the discontinuity at x equals to 1 by 2 only. We have checked left hand limit and right hand limit at as x approaches to 1 by 2 from left and 1 by 2 from right, and we have observed that these two are different, so function is discontinuous. If the question is like this, if fx is this much, check fx is a continuous function or not, or check the point of discontinuity. Then you have to check the function in its domain. So what is domain of this function? Domain of this function 0 to 1 by 2, then 1 by 2 to 1, means domain is closed interval 0 to 1. So you have to check the continuity of the function in closed interval 0 to 1. So how to check the continuity in an interval? See, again you have to take three cases: k less than 1 by 2 but greater than 0, k equals to 1 by 2, and k greater than 1 by 2. When k is less than 1 by 2, function is 1 by 2 minus x. Okay, being a polynomial function, it is continuous function because every polynomial function is continuous. Being a polynomial function, 3 by 2 minus x is a continuous function. So if k is greater than 1 by 2, it is continuous. For k equals to 1 by 2, you have already checked. So this will be the method if you have to check the continuity in the interval. But in this problem, we have checked the continuity at a point, single point. So these two questions are different. Okay, you have to check the continuity. Here we are checking at a point. If you have to check in an interval, then you have to solve it differently. Okay. Now this is the next question. Here you have to find out the value of unknown variable. Determine the value of k if fx is continuous at x equals to 3. So in this problem, it is given that function is continuous at x equals to 3 and you have to find out the value of k. If function is continuous, if fx is continuous at x equals to 3, limit x approaches to 3, fx equals to f3. Okay, if you have to find out limit x approaches to 3 fx, you have to find out left hand limit and right hand limit. But in this problem, if you observe, in the left side of 3 and right side of 3, in both the cases function is same, function is not changing. Okay, x square minus 9 upon x minus 3. So directly you can find out limit x approaches to 3. So this will be limit x approaches to 3 fx. In place of x, fx, you write x square minus 9 upon x minus 3, which is equal to f3. What is f3? K. So it is limit x approaches to 3, x minus 3, x plus 3 upon x minus 3 equals to k. So limit x approaches to 3, x plus 3 equals to k. So this implies 3 plus 3 equals to k. This implies k equals to 6. So this will be the method. So if it is given that function is continuous, then you have to use the definition that function is continuous at x equals to 3, then limit x approaches to 3, fx equals to f3. Then you can find out the value of unknown. Okay. देखिए next question. In next problem, again you have to find out the relationship between a and b. If fx equals to ax plus 1 when x less than or equal to 3, bx plus 3 when x greater than 3, and this function is given continuous at x equals to 3. What does it mean that function is continuous at x equals to 3? It means what you have to write, since fx is continuous, since fx is continuous at x equals to 3, so limit, since fx is continuous at x equals to 3, limit x approaches to 3, fx equals to f3. Limit x approaches to 3, fx equals to f3. Now you can see, if you have to find out x approaches to 3, fx, in the left side of 3, function is ax plus b. In the right side of 3, function is bx plus 3. Means function is different in the left side of 3 and right side of 3. Okay. So, you have to find out left hand limit as well as right hand limit. So, limit x approaches to 3 minus fx, left hand limit, equals to limit h approaches to 0, f3 minus h. Okay. Limit h approaches to 0, 3 minus h, a 3 minus h plus 1. Okay. So this is limit h approaches to 0, 3a minus ah plus 1. Okay. Now h approaches to 0. So in place of h you put 0. So it will become 3a plus 1. Okay. 3a plus 1. So this is left hand limit. Now you calculate right hand limit. Right hand limit. Limit x approaches to 3 plus fx. Limit h approaches to 0, f3 plus h. Okay. Which is equal to limit h approaches to 0, f3 plus h, b into 3 plus h plus 3, b into 3 plus h plus 3. So this is limit h approaches to 0, 3b plus bh plus 3. Now if you put h equals to 0, it will become 3b plus 3. 3b plus 3. Now you can observe, left hand limit is 3a plus 1, right hand limit is 3b plus 3. And what is f3? f3, when x equals to 3, value is 3a plus 1. Okay. So f3 equals to 3a plus 1. Okay. Now, since fx is continuous at x equals to 3, so limit x approaches to 3 minus fx equals to limit x approaches to 3 plus fx and equals to f3. So what you are getting? Limit x approaches to 3 minus fx. This is 3a plus 1, 3 plus fx, 3 plus fx, 3b plus 3. So 3a plus 1 equals to 3b plus 3. Okay. And what is f3? f3 is also 3a plus 1. So no need of writing again 3a plus 1. So what you will get? So this implies you will get 3a minus 3b equals to 3 minus 1, 2. So this is the relationship between a and b, okay, for which function is continuous at x equals to 3. Now you have to solve all the problems of your textbook. Maximum problems you will be able to solve. We have solved these problems, okay. Now you solve up to here you can solve, okay. Up to 18th question you can solve all the problems. So this will be homework for you. You solve all the problems up to 18th. From 1 to 18th you can solve all the problems. So now you can solve. So this will be homework for you. You can solve these problems also. You can find out k, because it is given that function is continuous at x equals to pi by 2. Function is given as continuous at x equals to 2. So if fx is continuous, it means limit x approaches to pi by 2 will be equal to f pi by 2. You can solve these questions also. So this is homework for you. In next class we will take more questions. Thank you.